So pleased you're back. I hope yesterday left you noticing your dominant hand popping up all over the place. Once you start paying attention to these little movement habits, it's amazing how many there are to discover. So today let's build on that curiosity. When my 3 boys were growing up, my husband and I used to joke that parents should come with a little control pad. You'd press button number 1 and it would say, "Can you please pick that up?" And number 2 might be, "Shoes don't belong there." And button number 3, well, if you're a parent, I'm sure you can think of a few. It would have saved us repeating ourselves hundreds of times. The funny thing is that once I started choosing to add more variety into my everyday moments, all that picking up made me notice something. Every single time I reached for the floor, I did it in exactly the same way. I realised all those everyday moments were hidden movement opportunities. And it made me wonder, how many ways are there to pick something up from the floor? Most of us can probably think of a couple, but likely only use one. Not because it's the only way, but because it's the one we've used so many times before that we've stopped noticing that there are any other options. Just like yesterday with your dominant hand, your brain has found something that works. So it keeps using it, which is brilliant. It's efficient, it's speedy. But when that one movement becomes the only movement, all the other ones slowly get forgotten. Now, before we go any further, this isn't about finding the best way to bend. There isn't one. Rounding your back is a perfectly good movement, but so is squatting or kneeling, stepping 1 foot back. So is holding the kitchen worktop while you lower yourself. The problem isn't whether you're doing the right movement. The problem is when you're only using one. I've got a little name for this. Mix up your pickup. Whenever you spot yourself automatically bending the same way, just see if there's another option. I remember noticing myself unpacking the shopping one day and catching myself doing exactly the same fold forwards over and over again, tin after tin, vegetable after vegetable. 60 opportunities to move differently, but I had only used one. So today's prompt is simply to notice how you get low. See how many moments today invite you to reach down towards the floor every time something drops and you need to pick it up, every time you're unloading the dishwasher or reaching into a low cupboard. Just pause for a moment. What does your body choose to do? Which bit bends first? Do your hips and knees join in, or do they stay out of it? Do you hold on to something? And do you make a little noise? That last one isn't a joke, but it is quite amusing. I've had clients realise they were making a sort of grunting noise and they hadn't even noticed they were doing it until they started to notice. And then, if you'd like to play with it, here are a few ideas. Next time you head towards the floor, try one different way. Bend only through your hips, or add your knees. Step 1 foot behind you at an unusual angle. Stand a little further away so you naturally add a twist. Squat, holding on to something if that helps. Balance on one leg. Just get creative and invent your own ways. There isn't a right answer, just lots of different answers. You're simply reminding your body that it has more than one option. And have fun with it. And if you end up laughing at yourself because you think you look ridiculous, that's even better. My youngest son often sees me trying something different and says, "There's Mum reclaiming her movement again." And it always makes me smile. Or you might not decide to change anything at all. Just noticing the opportunities to get low is enough to get you started. If you do try something different, don't be surprised if it feels a bit wobblier, a bit slower, or slightly awkward. It's exactly what you felt yesterday with your non-dominant hand. It's simply what unfamiliar feels like. And as I said, it's information. It's not about judging ourselves. It's simply your body telling you what it's practiced most and what you haven't. And that is today's discovery. Not whether one way is better than the other, but whether you've noticed that there are more ways to try. So as you go through the day, I'd again love you to focus on 3 things. What's your usual way of getting low? Did anything feel better than you expected? Or did something make you think, maybe I should do that a bit more often? And did trying something different make you smile? Tomorrow we're going to make use of something most of us spend our lives wishing there was less of. You might be surprised what you find. I'll see you tomorrow.